These rookie running back tiers will define your fantasy football draft in 2025. One back in Tier 3 could finish top 15. Don't miss it. Anthony, why don't you start out with the major contributor running backs we're expecting out of this rookie class?
All right, Jim, we're going to start with Ashton Jeanty. Steps into a backfield with almost no competition and could immediately command a 3-down role. Runs with power, burst, balance, and brings real value as a pass catcher. The Raiders' offense might be shaky, but it's going to be faster paced with Geno Smith and Chip Kelly. Jeanty's volume and skill set gives him elite top 5 upside out the gate. Next up, Omarion Hampton profiles as a future workhorse with size, speed, and receiving ability to stay on the field all game. He may start in a timeshare with Najee Harris, but he has the tools to take over the backfield. If he earns the lead role, you're looking at a potential RB2 with weekly touchdown upside in an offense that wants to dominate on the ground. Next up, Quinshon Judkins. He's built for high-traffic red zone situations and could quickly become Cleveland's go-to back in between the tackles with only Jerome Ford and Dylan Sampson in his way. He brings power, vision, and short yardage reliability. Perfect for early downs and goal line work. He's a potential flex option with spike week appeal in year 1. Next, Treveyon Henderson. He adds explosiveness and elite pass catching skill set to a Patriots offense that needs big plays. He might not handle a full workload and share time with Ramondre Stevenson early, but Ram can fumble his way onto the bench if his ball security issues are not corrected. Henderson is a kind of player who can flip a fantasy matchup in just a few touches. If his usage climbs, he's an electric RB3 with legit RB2 upside. Finally, RJ Harvey. He brings versatility and elusiveness to a wide open backfield. He's tough to tackle and could contribute on all 3 downs, especially as a receiver. With no clear starter ahead of him, Harvey has a real shot to lead this backfield in touches. Harvey could be the top of a rookie breakout class of running backs not named Ashton Jeanty.
All right, this next group of running backs, they were probably drafted to be rotational players, but they could end up being a lot more than that. Let's start out with Kaleb Johnson, Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers used a middle 3rd round pick on the 6'1", 224-pound back. Now, Johnson should immediately move into the vacated role by Najee Harris. Early down power runner, quite a bit of work at the goal line, maybe even some receiving work. Don't think he's the receiver that Najee was, but we'll see. Of course, Jaylen Warren has carved out a role in that backfield, but Johnson starts out, again, rotational role. Maybe there's going to be more. Next, Cam Skattebo of the New York Giants. You can call him a day 3 pick, but he was the 3rd pick of the 3rd day. So realistically, he was right on that border of being a day 2 pick. 5'10", 219. This young man runs with physicality and power. He can actually catch the football too. I call him a little Peyton Hillis. Now that said, Skattebo moves into a backfield with Tyrone Tracy. But remember last year, Tracy had that run of about 5 games where they gave him a lot of work. And guess what? They scaled him down after that bye, and his yardage, Tracy's, went down per carry. So Skattebo, he's in a great opportunity to get some work. Next, Bhayshul Tuten, Jacksonville Jaguars. He was actually taken right before Skattebo in the draft, early 4th round. Tuten, 5'10", 210. Now remember, at the combine, he ran that 100th percentile 40, but his agility was only 19th percentile. So we're looking at a super fast guy who runs in a straight line. It could work out, but in the NFL, how often do you see guys running for 60-yard touchdowns? It's not that often. So realistically, Tuten's going to have to become more than a straight line speed runner. But hey, he's in an ambiguous backfield, so he has a chance to move forward if he can pop in year 1. Next, Jaydon Blue, Dallas Cowboys. Now the Cowboys waited till the 5th round to address their backfield in the draft. The 5'9", 196 back. I saw him as a rotational back from the go. He's got some pass catching skills. And if he can clean up his pass protection, he can take that pass catching role from Javonte Williams. And look, Dallas does not have a great runner and early downs. Blue has 96 percentile speed. Blue has a chance to get the whole shebang here. He may not do that, but he certainly is in position again on a very ambiguous depth chart. 2 more quick ones. Devin Neal. The Saints grab him in the 6th round of the draft. But remember, Kendre Miller doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Alvin Kamara approaching the latter years of his career. Neal's 5'11", 213, rotational back, but he could get early work. If Kamara gets traded, Kamara declines, Neal could move into a big role. Finally, Ollie Gordon, 6th round pick of the Miami Dolphins, 6'1", 226 grinder. Devon Achane probably needs a power complement. If Gordon comes in and does well, Gordon could really move with that role. Hey, if you enjoyed videos like this, consider hitting that like and subscribe buttons. Also, we're offering 15% off all RotoWire products. You go to RotoWire.com, pick your subscription or product, use the code ROTO15 to score your 15% discount. Subscription gets you access to tools like our mock draft simulator and the picks and props tool. Again, RotoWire.com, code ROTO15 at checkout. Anthony, we have some depth options who are drafted who we hope become more. Start with one here.
Jim, we're going to start with Trevor Etienne. His burst and contact balance make him dangerous in space. He's got enough receiving chops to carve out a role on passing down. The path to fantasy relevance does depend entirely on injuries ahead of him to recently paid players like Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. If he moves up the depth chart, he's a fringe flex play in PPR. Next up, Dylan Sampson. He brings elite quickness and natural hands, which could earn him a pass-catching role right away. If he locks in as a number 2 behind Judkins, there's room for 8 to 10 touches per game, depending on what the Browns do with Jerome Ford. Those are enough touches to offer PPR value in deeper formats, but if Ford holds on to any type of role, Sampson is capped and injury dependent to see the field. Finally, before I hand it over to you, Jim, Jarquez Hunter. He runs angry. He's physical, tough to bring down, and always falls forward. That power gives him a shot to steal early down work if there is an injury to Kyron Williams or Blake Corum. But he needs to improve in the passing game and in blitz pickup to stay on the field. Right now, he's more of a deep stash in a loaded Rams running back room.
And then my 3 depth options with a chance for more, starting out DJ Giddens, Indianapolis Colts, 5th round pick. But here's the deal. First of all, he tested great. His college work, he has a true 3-down skill set. And Jonathan Taylor, remember that big contract he signed? It's up at the end of 2025. Giddens could be the guy in 2026. But hey, don't pass on 2025 so fast. Jonathan Taylor doesn't exactly have a big plus durability. There's injury issues here. Ankles, things like that. Giddens could step in year 1, but certainly 2026. Next, Woody Marks, Houston Texans. Now, the Texans used a 4th round pick on Marks. Remember, Marks played some wide receiver in college, so he has that ability to catch the ball. And great receivers in Houston, but out of the backfield, you'd love to have a running back with some receiving juice. 5'10", 207 is Woody Marks. And again, very agile, very good pass catcher. But if Joe Mixon misses time, don't discount the fact that Woody Marks could be part of a committee and get a lot done on the ground. With those receiving chops, that is a major deal. Finally, let's talk about Jordan James. 5th round pick of the 49ers, 5'10", 205. He's a change of pace runner, a pass catcher, but he landed with Kyle Shanahan. And ultimately, that may be all that matters. Jordan James was slow in the 40, ran a 27th percentile time, but Isaac Guerrero is 2nd on the depth chart behind Christian McCaffrey. He had some injury issues last year. McCaffrey aging with some injury history. Anytime a Shanahan back gets in the rotation, he has value in fantasy football.